So, you should have handed in the Lesson 5 homework. If you have any questions on that, I'm going to be around later on today. I'm only gone this one period because of a meeting. So come see me, or during advisory, come see me. If you're gone, Kelly, I think I left the notes for you on what it was yesterday. It's pretty easy, so shouldn't be too bad. It's just simplifying fractions. So today we are going to talk about unit conversion. And you can see on your notes here, unit conversion lets us change from one unit into another related one. Two units are related by a unit equality. Some things to keep in mind, some things that you probably know. 1 minute equals 60 seconds. There's 60 minutes in an hour. 1,000 meters equals 1 kilometer. 5 ounces in a serving, you probably don't know that as well. That's usually considered like for meat. 12 eggs is a dozen, 12 months in a year, 3 feet in a yard, 2.5 centimeters equals 1 inch, 1 week is 7 days. Each of these can be written as different rates. So you can have 1 minute is 60 seconds, or you can have 60 seconds is 1 minute. You can have 5 ounces per serving, or you can have 1 serving per 5 ounces. 3 feet per yard, or 1 yard per 3 feet. It doesn't matter how you have that written. So what we're going to talk about is convert the units. So if you look at the bottom of the page there, so we have 8 weeks to days. So we want to figure out how many days are in 8 weeks. And that's something that you can probably do in your head pretty easily. But I'm going to show you how you actually do the conversion. So 8 weeks, and we want to change that to days. So we know that there are 7 days in 1 week. So now we need to figure out how to multiply that. And think of that, remember this is just a fraction. So we can multiply across. And what happens is these labels here, these weeks cancel. So multiplying across, we get 56 days. Now, do you need the words? No. If you know that you just take 8 times 7 and you get 56, I'm fine with that. Just go ahead and make a label for me, okay? So now let's kind of do the reverse. 147 days to weeks. So if I do the actual conversion, 147 days, I know that 1 week has 7 days. So again, when I multiply a fraction by an integer, I want to multiply across. My days cancel, and I get 147 weeks over 7. Divide that out. How many times does 7 go into 147? Use your calculator if you want. And you'll get 21 weeks. Now all you're doing is dividing. So again, if you can see that without doing this actual conversion, go for it. 147 over 7 is 21. Label is weeks. Next pair there, 30 eggs to dozens of eggs. So how many eggs are in a dozen? 12, right? So 30 eggs. We know that 1 dozen is 12 eggs. I want my labels to cancel. So I got to have that 12 eggs on the bottom, then my eggs cancel. So again, I'm just dividing 30 divided by 12. Work that out for me. 30 divided by 12. You get 2.5, 2.5 dozen. Kilometers to meters. Now, look back at that conversion up at the top there. 1,000 meters equals 1 kilometer. So if I'm going to convert here 2.89 kilometers to meters, 1,000 meters are in 1 kilometer. Cancel out your kilometers. You're just multiplying 2.89 times 1,000. 2.89 times 1,000. Can you do that in your head, maybe? Yeah, you just move your decimal point 3 spots, 2,890 meters. And if I'm going too fast, just pause it, okay? 45 months to years. 45 months to years. So how many months are in a year? 12, right? So 45, oops, look at me. So 45 months and 1 year is 12 months. So again, if you don't like all these words, just realize that all you're doing is dividing 45 by 12. Work that out. Somebody have a calculator? Buddy, do you have your calculator? Divide it. 3.75 years. Oops. Might help if I spell years right. Okay. So let's look at another one here. We have 24 hours to minutes. So how many minutes are in an hour? 60, right? So we're going to multiply by 60. 60 minutes in 1 hour. And again, if you just realize that all you do is multiply, I'm okay with that. So 24 times 60, plug it into your calculator, or work it out longhand. Did you get 1,440 minutes? Okay, good. Okay, last two here. 38 centimeters to feet. Now this one's a little bit harder because if you look up top, there isn't a conversion from centimeters to feet. But if you look, there is one from centimeters to inches. And then we know that there's 12 inches in a foot, right? So we're going to have to do this one kind of in steps. 38 centimeters. If I want to switch that to inches, well, 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. And then I also know that 1 foot is 12 inches. And you can do that in a couple steps if you want, but you're going to take 3.8. One way to do it is to take 3.8 divided by 2.54, and then take that divided by 12. Okay? So 3.8 divided by 2.54, and that divided by 12. Now, you can also, on your calculator, take whatever 2.54 times 12 is, and then divide it. And let's see, I have to get my calculator out on this one, because I don't have it in my notes. 2.54 times 12 is 30.48. That's a 30.48. So 38 divided by 30.48 is about, it's an estimate, about 1.25 feet. Now, honestly, that one is much, much tougher than most of them that you have to do on your homework. One last conversion, 3,000 kilometers to meters. And again, look up top, and it says that there are 1,000 meters in a kilometer. Maybe that's one that you already know. So 3,000 kilometers, we want to figure out how many meters that would be. It should be a lot, right? Because there's a lot of meters in 1 kilometer. So I want my kilometer label to cancel, so I'm going to put that on the bottom. So there are 1,000 meters in a kilometer. And again, if you don't want the words, that's fine. Just know that you need to multiply them together. So take 3,000 times 1,000. Wow, that's huge. 3,000 times 1,000. So I need 3 more zeros. So that's 3 million meters. Okay? So kind of crazy. Not too bad. Stuff that you've done before. It should be review. Okay? But you might want to keep that little conversion at the top of your notes handy. Now, what I want you to look at is, if you can go ahead and open up your books to page 180 for me. 180, we're on lesson 6, I believe. Lesson 6 on page 180. So, let's see, we have, okay, so maybe it's really on 181, sorry. 29, 30, and 30, you're just filling in the blank. You're talking about the labels, so you're going to see what label you're left with. They did the math for you. You just have to write down what the label is. 31 is multiple choice. 32 through 37, you're doing the conversions. A lot of them, we did problems that are similar to that in your notes. I tried not to make it too hard there for you. You have a few story problems there to fill out as well, and it's going back to what we did yesterday, some too. Then 44 through 37 is multiple choice, and then you have some review problems. So you have quite a bit going on. You have plenty of time to do it, though. You should be able to get a lot done. Again, if you have questions, I'll be here for advisory. I'll be here later on. It's just this period that I'm gone. Okay? So thank you, and have a good weekend.